Okay, we're going to do a little walkthrough with the 63 Karmann Ghia. Here it is sitting under its carport in my driveway. You can see that it's got dove blue paint, not original, not buffed out or shiny, but just enough to kind of cover it and make it all one color. Let's see, you've got a slight dent right here on the left front fender. Headlight rings, the inner ring is getting a little bit rusted out, but I've got replacement pieces for that. Nose is all metal. The ridge is correct. You got the earlier style flat emblem. I replaced this center section with very little filler. This part of the bumper has some surface rust. It was made up of several pieces, but it does the job. You've got the original clear glass turn signals, which don't currently work like they're supposed to, but that's okay. Shouldn't be too big a problem. Everything's there. The wiring just needs to be gone through. I have this headlight assembly to get in there and rebuild it properly. The headlights do work, though. You've got the correct wheels, powder coated, trim rings. We'll get around back to the front hood details here in a minute. Just working down the side, you can see that maybe the door was overextended at one point. Some wrinkling, bending here. This lower section beneath the build badge was all replaced, cut out. It wasn't too bad underneath there. Everything was treated properly. The mud guards were repaired and fixed as well. I did not do any body work on the rocker panels. They seem to be pretty solid. The only bubbling that I see is maybe just a tiny bit in the corner of the door. And we'll peek in there in just a bit. But I did grind it down enough to see that there's no rust through. Same deal right back here. This little area here does not extend all the way through, but I would say that you'd want to grind that down nice and smooth when you actually put some decent paint on. This wrinkling here, there was a dent in there, and that was pushed out from the other side. Those are just some hammer marks where it wasn't perfectly smooth, but it makes it a little more presentable. This door is locked right now, so we'll have to go around and open that one from the inside. Roof is quite pretty, professionally painted, nice and glossy. They just masked around the window trim. They didn't actually pull the trim up, but they did a nice job. So that's one of the few jobs I didn't do myself. You can also kind of see in here the package tray. Yeah, starting to curl over. I'm sure water got in there at some point to do all that damage. I haven't pulled that all apart to see exactly what's going on. The tray itself doesn't look rusted through when you pull the seat down from inside, so hopefully it's not too bad, but just totally honest, I haven't pulled that all apart to see what's going on in there. Rear bumpers. Oh, one thing back here is you can see that the shape of the wheel opening wasn't quite right, and the repair back behind there is not perfect. You'd have to pull this bumper off to see exactly what's going on, but there's no surprises underneath. It's not rusted out or anything. And you can kind of see the stitching there where a previous owner had put in a new panel, but it was for a later car, so that's why the profile wasn't quite correct. A couple things that were done back here. The engine deck lid is all metal now, and it was all rusted out when I got it. A little bit of body work here to get it just right, but I didn't want to fill it up with plastic or anything. That's just a little ding there. Okay, so that's all looking good now. Repaired properly. The drain holes are good. We'll talk about the motor here in a second. Speaking of body work, Anywhere Silver is this product called Rust Bullet. I replaced the battery tray. You're starting to see a little bit of dry battery acid here, but it's sitting on a acid-proof mat to protect the metal underneath. The only little tiny bit that I didn't fix was this lip area here, just because the profile was kind of tricky. I treated it so it would be stopped, but this was pretty rusted out when I got it underneath here, and now it's all correct. 6-volt battery. Some body work all the way down here as well. Had to be done. And you can see there's just a little bit of a whole incorrect thing there. It's not a rust out there. That's just where the body panels didn't match up. I must have missed that part. But all the way back down through. So that should be able to get cut and patched. There's no problem beyond that. The metal's kind of weird where it loops up right there. Back in here, you got the correct oil bath air cleaner. 6-volt generator is fairly new with the voltage regulator. It's like an aircraft quality heat riser hose, kind of cool. Billet pulley obviously is not real original, but that's okay. It was on there when it came with the car. Apparently this is like a cold start bypass to give it a little more oomph when it's trying to start up. It does start up good. We'll do that here in just a second. You can see the fuel pump is kind of original and dirty and ancient. I do have a replacement that's all new and amazing, but this one still seems to be working and not leaking, so I just left it alone. And close that up. Brake lights and tail lights work fine. Coming around to the driver's side, you can see a little dent in the window trim where something fell on it, but luckily, didn't break the glass. That wasn't since I owned it. Some surface treatment here, but there wasn't any rust through, so that's good. That's sometimes a problem area. The pop-out windows work fine still. A little bit of fog this morning, so we got some moisture on the windows. I do keep the car covered up, though. Alright, coming around here. Similar minor stuff going on here around the jack points. I did not tear this all apart. I didn't see evidence from behind that this is causing trouble. But you never know. I don't think it's too bad. I think this car is pretty straight and original. It sat in a barn for a long time before I got it. A little bit here too. I did not take the rockers apart or anything, but I did replace this front piece. You can see the blue is a slightly different color blue here. But yeah, I replaced that and the mud splashing there. Alright. Let's get inside the car. Make sure I have my keys. Lock doesn't seem to work, so that's going to be a little bit tricky, but you know, something that can be fixed. I'll mess around with it and see if I can get it to do better. New strikers, but we're having issues getting them adjusted properly. On the other side, you'll see that this part right here has cracked and just broken clean off, so the latch, you have to be really careful. It doesn't want to open and close right. But again, you can see, you know, the important stuff with these cars is the body, the metal. Obviously the sills kind of block our view, but really nice. I don't know if you can see under the doors here or not, but pretty dang good. I know it's a little out of focus there, but I don't find any big issues there. Okay, it's going to be kind of dark in here, but here's your floors. Found some of these nice mats. There's the original metal. I put a little bit of sound deadening, but I didn't overdo it because I don't want it to trap water, but it's nice and dry. I don't let it sit out in the rain. It's got the original pedals, original style anyway. A little heat vent change. Goes with the heat crank. New hinges. The old hinges were bad. New hardware, so they don't sag or anything, but there's adjustment issues for sure. Windows go up and down like they should. I have the poles somewhere, but I put these little Porsche style poles in here for now. Kind of nice. The air deflector to go up on your dash does seem to work. A very late 70s, early 80s kind of interior. All the original interior is gone or covered. I don't see anything underneath any of that. Tachometer is kind of fun and cool. It was NOS when I got it. I do have the original clock. Radio was supposed to work, but I haven't been able to make it work. Little bud vase. I have the pole for the ashtray somewhere. Anyway, let's fire it up and see what happens here. It's been sitting cold for a few days, so this should be a pretty honest test of starting up. Put our key over here. Shouldn't need a ton of gas. That's 3 pumps. Lights come on. It's cold out here. It's probably like 45, 50 degrees out here. There it goes. Fires right up. I do like the way the tach lets me monitor what's going on. It idles right about where it should, just under 1,000. Yeah, the tach probably could afford to go to like 5 or 6, but I don't really want to go past 3,500, 4,000 when I'm zipping along anyway. Right. Odometer works. Good little car. We won't do a test drive video in this one, but the motor is one of the nicer things about it. Let's peek under the hood real quick. We'll peek at the engine and then we'll call it good. So we're getting up to about 12 minutes anyway. Door is a little finicky. It wants to still be a little low. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, great. And I'll leave that. Hard to do with one hand. There's a special trick to getting the door to close. Kind of annoying, but not too terrible. There we go. New gas tank, Wolfsburg West, new sending unit, proper breather hose for the gas tank, small spare. There's the back of that tach, glove box. Inside of the nose, the horn does work. Oh, so I got all the right rubber here. This is a later hood where I welded in the earlier assembly, so it might be nice to find a proper early hood, but it works okay for now. And the other one was kind of rotten along the edge when I got the car. That's just paint loss there. Okay, coming back around. It'll idle down pretty nicely on its own once it hooks up. Probably don't want to have the fuel filter in the engine compartment. Been meaning to move that out for a fire hazard, but okay if it's all clamped and everything. 6 volt. And that's about it. Let me know if you have any questions beyond that, and we'll see what we can do. All right, thanks.